you. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on. Of my true love's head.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they rob a link a chick tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaica, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yashra Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim. Amistad ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms. Never getting treatment, something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long, that it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't there, then we don't dream alike. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting our adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the love they reflection, no matter what the complexion. We got a common connection, a part of God's hand selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every fight. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We owe a debt cause Christ paid the price. So who ready to give their life the life of an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on this for life, nigga, this a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you what. Don't pray for nothing, sin and curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business, these loyalties and damn sinners look. Trying to pick up with a blind foot. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pal. But ain't no getting out the game like you mangy. You take that oath, it's a done deal. Try to deal death to a priest, you won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand, just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, and it's death to his heart. Look, so how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guess, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it, raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Been giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead. It's all out on the photo. Salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told him I'm motivated because of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. Now, I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs. They under anesthesia. Shorty said she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood. So, how you feel about this truth I done show? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people gon' disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah.
Order A. Now this is B, but this damn text, I guess that B parentheses, huh? Okay, cool. Most I'm crazy. I changed the shit and then I looked, it still had the face on my phone.
Yay-Z, you know the chop. Ayazahab. Badness no sir. Let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the clock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Box switch face. You know all your blood clot just kick steer boy. You must see one back this prayer. When the map stick praise that kick straight. Shot this place. The key them in your head stop misbehavior. Catch his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this place. War with them bunny like plastic plate. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR around. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR around. We not take drape up. We not take beat up, we not stay so. And when the next day come, we not change up. Man, I ask them, but as them wake up. Take care, boss boy, head stop shake up. So tell a pussy world don't violate us. No care where you status, where you take up. Every man a killer till me for dead face up, straight up. Great stuff, one Westling bigger than NATO. Man we boss like NATO. Only man we afraid of, that are the creator, the maker. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR around. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15 and AR around.
Of course, to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is to have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that lip bite on me. Boy, ask you to stop and ask you to drop. Cause my nigga's serious.
When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Nowhere is gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. See the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass see the prophets. Like we all come together. You know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and boy, your ass need to stop it, ass see the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Oh, I don't step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay solid, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got you, baby mother on high. Baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring my water. But your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass see the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years. Right. But that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass see the give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. ISUPK presents Ask Ye the Prophets Weekly Podcast. Every race in the movie.
We are not the trust. We are not the trust. We are trusted, and we are not the trust.
Send in your questions to askyetheprophets@gmail.com or Ask Ye the Prophets on Facebook. And your questions will be answered live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom. He's speaking of his own.
The white man made himself the Egyptians and the Israelites. As a virgin, every race in the movie.
Wrap it up.
Shalom, Israel. Welcome to another episode of Ask Ye the Prophets. I am Priest and General Mayaka Allah, rolling with my brother Priest and Officer Ibad Hayah. About to get it in. So as a lot of you, most everybody knows, we just coming off of our precious holiday that he loves so much called President's Day. You understand? And we done went into classes all about that this week. You understand? The ISUPK stance on President's Day is to hell with President's Day. You understand? The only day of these presidents that we look forward to is the day when our King Yahushua stripped them of their power and their crowns. Right. Scripture say on our king's head is going to be many crowns because he's stripping them of their power. He's taking power from who's ever in charge of America, who's ever in charge of Russia, Germany, France, China, you understand, Japan, whoever. Africa, who's ever in charge, right. He's taking all of their power, all of their crowns. That was the blessing and the gift that was given to him by the Most High for walking a perfect walk on this earth, man. Right. And being our final sacrifice and dying for the love he had for the 12 tribes of Israel. So this first story I'm going into might upset some of your stomachs, you understand? If you got children around and they listening, use discretion. Because it's a disgusting thing, you understand, by the hands of our oppressor. You got it. Whenever you got it, you can start reading it. And it shows, once again, the true spirit of this bastard that's ruling over us, man. The true spirit of these people that's ruling over us. You understand? The Christian church makes us believe that they are human, and we should fight to be human just like them. And we should, by the love of white Jesus and white God, we should pray and show them that we are children of God under the white God and white Jesus, and that, you know, all we want is equality with them. You understand? All we want is the same fairness that they have, and we just want to live with them in harmony. But that is impossible because they're not normal humans. You understand? They're not the normal human being that has empathy or compassion the way we have it, for sure. Right. None of these heathens have it the way we have it. But this particular heathen, this oppressor that's oppressing us right now, this Edomite, you understand, he lacks everything, you know, that we find human. You understand? He lacks it all, from the melanin, you understand, to compassion, to empathy, to, you know, a normal human. You know, they'll attack until, even if they're the evilest human, they normally would attack until they've defeated the enemy, right? But not him. He attacks, and when he's defeated, he just finds more things to attack. He finds out different ways to attack you until you are obliterated, man. Right. This is who we living with, man. And his mind goes to places that no other human goes to. You understand? Right. Because he's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon himself, Satan. You understand? The spiritual demon Satan, this oppressor, this Edomite, he's the physical counterpart of him. Whenever you got it.
Okay. This is from the New York Post. Louisiana teacher admits giving kids cupcakes laced with husband's sperm.
And I know a lot of you didn't heard about this, man, but for those of you didn't, you see what's going on? A teacher, man. A teacher. She didn't admit it that she was giving the kids cupcakes that she laced with her husband's sperm, man, his semen. She would take it and drizzle it on the goddamn cupcakes for the children. Read some of the story.
A sick Louisiana teacher has pleaded guilty to giving her students cupcakes laced with her husband's sperm.
And I know when most people look at it, they say that's sick, but that's normal for these people, man.
Right.
That's the type of people these are. The scriptures tell you how awful and diabolical they are. So we in ISUBK, we understand how nasty and gross that they are.
Right.
This shocks Christians, though. Christians be like, oh, wow. Now because it's so disgusting, we like, oh, man, it just reminds us, you know, where his mind goes. Once again, their mind goes to places that a normal human being wouldn't think, man. Go ahead.
Okay. Reading on. Cynthia Perkins, 36, admitted to a slew of disturbing sex crimes, including child pornography.
So she was a pedophile. She was into child pornography. Go ahead.
Second-degree rape and mingling of harmful substances.
Mm-hmm.
When she took a plea deal in Livingston on Monday.
Right.
The teacher and her now ex-husband,
because she divorced him after all this came out, and you know they were charged. She ended up divorcing him and then turning against him, and got a plea deal if she plead against him, if she admit everything and try to blame him. You understand? Go ahead.
And now her ex-husband Dennis Perkins were arrested in 2019 on more than 150 sex crime related charges.
You see that? He was arrested too. Wait till you find out his occupation, though. Read.
Including sexually abusing a child together.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Cynthia,
so they was abusing children, man. They was a pedophile couple. You understand?
Right.
Much like that Roman Catholic Church, a whole powerhouse of pedophiles, the priests and the nuns. You understand? A whole house and den and organization and religion of pedophiles, man. But they hold so much power in that Catholic Church, you know. Nobody really touches them. Go ahead.
Okay. Reading on. Cynthia was also hit with a harmful substance charge after she put Dennis' sperm.
She took her ex's sperm, his semen, man. It comes out of his rod, to make babies. Supposed to go in her, on her, wherever. You understand? I like the brothers in New York said, she made the kids eat that. They ain't supposed to eat that. She supposed to eat that. You're right. Like that's for her to enjoy. You know what I mean? Make kids do whatever. But, you know, who thinks of this? This is ridiculous, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
And to cupcakes that she gave to students at Livingston West Side Junior High School.
And I bring this story out just to show how disgusting they are. Thank the Most High in Christ, Barakatah Yahweh Yahushua, that this was a white school.
Right.
This was a white school. This wasn't our babies, man. Thank the Lord that these monsters, you understand, did their own children like this, man. That's the only good thing about the story.
Right.
Go ahead.
Authorities said, under the plea deal, Cynthia had 68 other charges against her dismissed.
So with all the charges she got now, 68 of them was dropped just for her, you know, her testimony to help them, you know, to admit what she did and to help them get that her husband too. Go ahead.
And will have to testify against Dennis at his upcoming trial.
Go ahead.
She not only waived any right to appeal and attempted to avoid conviction.
And that was part of her plea deal. She can't appeal. She can't fight this afterward. You understand? And she can't try to avoid her conviction. Go ahead.
But she also spared the victims from reliving her horrific crimes during this particular trial.
And because of her plea deal, part of the deal was not to have to go to trial and put these children through what happened to them. Go ahead.
Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry said in a statement. Scrolling down. Cynthia will be sentenced to 41 years in prison on Friday.
Right.
Authorities said. She filed for divorce from her husband in the wake of their arrest and alleged that Dennis had manipulated her into committing the crime.
So now she crying, and my husband talked me into this. I wasn't into this at first. This is all him. Go ahead.
The couple was busted after authorities revealed a tip at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
So they got a tip that, you know, these people are dealing with children like that and sent the whole investigation, probably watching them, setting up surveillance and listening on them. And all the dirt became uncovered, man, including her putting semen in the goddamn cupcakes. Go ahead.
Investigators later found nude photos of them with the minor. Cynthia resigned from Westside Junior High School.
Once again, thank the Lord, it was a heathen minor. It wasn't our babies.
Right.
For once. Go ahead.
The day after her arrest, while Dennis was fired from his deputy role at the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office.
You hear that? Her husband was a lieutenant as a deputy. Was a deputy. You understand? And a lieutenant at the sheriff's office, man. He was the police.
Right.
He was the police, man.
Right.
Like when you look at the history of these police, just not to jump to another subject, but when you look at their history, they were set up by the government to stop criminal white boys from robbing the rich. Right. Once you ever heard of Jesse James and all them cats, Bonnie and Clyde, white people would rob rich white people. Right. Because they was poor in their mind and they didn't have enough. And these rich white folk got all this land and took over the country and set up these states and all that. They got all the money, so they would rob banks, rob trains, you understand, rob rich Edomites. And the rich Edomites said, listen, man, they sat down with the politicians and said, we got to do something about this. Let's give them jobs. You understand? Right. And that's why so many police on the police force. I mean, it's a ton of police, man. For one little thing, one little 19-year-old boy, 15-year-old boy, they'll call a whole goddamn precinct out on you because there's so many of them, and they really got nothing to do. You understand why? Because they used to find all the derelict white boys that would be robbing rich white people, and they give them a badge and train them and tell them, listen, you protect us. You don't harm us or rob us. You protect us. Those are the people you come down on. Those are the people you attack. And you keep them in line, and that'll keep you busy. They knew that would keep them busy because now they got quotas for you got to get this quota, you got to do this. And they tell you read stories all the time, man, how the police, when they need to make their quota, they go to black neighborhoods, Hispanic neighborhoods, and harass them to make their quota. and arrest people for minor jaywalking and little punk charges.
Right.
And a lot of times lie also, you understand? Most of the time they lying and planting things on you to make their quotas. You understand? But this is what the police was for. The police was never made to protect and serve everybody. And that's known. It's just, you know, this oppressor that we under, he just know he can't say certain things. Everybody know it's true. Even though everybody know things are like this, everybody know this is how it is, everybody know this is racist, everybody know that's racist, as long as they say, well, I don't see any racism. As long as they, you know, they the most subtle beast of the field, according to the scripture.
Right.
Christ said they lie, they are the father of lies, you understand?
Right.
So they experts at lying, you understand? Every now and then you find one that ain't up to par with how he's supposed to be. He'll actually tell the truth by mistake. Like Donald Trump, sometimes he tell the truth because he ain't that smart.
Right.
You understand? And you got a lot of Edomites that hate other Edomites, like they always have.
Right.
And they'll tell the truth about the Edomites because they just can't stand their own people. You understand? That's just the nature of the beast. You understand? But this guy is a cop. You understand? And he got him and his teacher wife, you know, doing all type of nasty pedophile acts and with naked little boys and got naked videos and different things. And wanted her to go ahead and put this semen on them cupcakes, baby. Look, the kids like it. You know, the kind of nasty mind. So in his mind, he gets off just imagining the kids tasting his sperm. The thought of them children eating that cupcake and tasting his sperm make him like, ooh, yeah. That's this beast, man. Like what human does that? What human mind would go there?
Right.
Like until this story, I never ever thought of it. It never hit my mind that anybody, the worst person on earth, would give children their semen.
Right.
You understand? Hell, in black families, hell, we don't even want the kids around us after we done touching our woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You be with your woman, it's like, let me go take a whole shower, brush my teeth, scrub off, you know, before my babies, you know, come around me wanting to hug me. You understand? Right. That's human. You understand? But these bastards, you take your full out seed, give it to your woman, and have her make cakes with the seed on it to give it to your babies. You're depraved. Our oppressor's depraved, man. He's crooked. He's broken, and he was created broken. He was created to be that way. That's why the Lord said, who can make straight that which I've made crooked? The Most High made these people animals, and they are perfected being animals. They have perfected it, man. Listen, our oppressor are ghoulies. White people are ghoulies, man.
Right.
They're ghouls. They're monsters. You understand? They're Frankenstein.
Right.
Every evil monster from the crypt keeper, graveyard monster.
Right.
That's them, man. That's them. You understand? That's their spirit. You understand? They are absolutely demonic. And the things that they think of are absolutely demonic and satanic, man. Semen on cupcakes, that's demonic, man.
Right.
That's satanic.
Right.
They the ones made up that eating a woman's placenta.
Right.
You know, a woman have a baby, the cord and placenta fall out, the blood and the goo, you understand? And it's like, oh, we beautiful baby. And we looking at the baby, we cut them biblical cord. Only they would look at all that mess falling out of the woman's behind and say, I wonder what that would taste like. They got reports that it carry nutrients and all that, vitamins. The placenta got vitamins, but who would give a damn?
Right.
That's the baby's nutrients. Now he's out, it's trash now.
Right.
But they say, man, let's take this thing and study it. See how, is it good for you? Would it make me strong? Let me taste it. See if I can season it up and fry it up just good. You know what I'm saying? Only their mind would go there, man. No other human would go there. And things like that, their mind goes there. You understand? Romans 9:21. Like this oppressor that we under, man. This man that the Lord warned us about, man. He said, if we hearken unto his voice, man, good things would happen to us. But if not, he will put this no people over us, man. Showing you that they ain't even human. He don't even consider them a normal people. A no people above us, he said. And that's exactly what happened. We took him to task. We challenged the Most High. And he showed us he ain't no liar. He put there's no people over us, man. Are people that he created to be the monster, the ghouls of the earth. Right. They were supposed to just scare us and scare us straight and beat us into submittance. Right. You understand? But they so ghoulish and so evil that they got technology and got power, went overboard with their punishment with us, forgetting that our Father was the Most High, and they even think that they strong enough and big enough and tough enough to challenge the Most High. When he come back to get us, they think they can stop him. Right. They think they can stop him. Romans 9:21 and 22.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 21. Have not the potter power over the clay?
So the Most High, he's the potter. And the potter always have power over his clay. Meaning it's his clay, so he make what he wants out of his clay. He makes a chair if he want. He make a table stand, a book holder. You understand? He make a vase to put flowers in. He makes a bowl to eat out of. He might make a big spoon to stir his food up, and he might make a pot to cook food in. Who knows? But it's the clay, and he owns the clay, and so he makes what he want. That's how the Most High is comparing himself. He created us. He created our oppressor. He created everybody on the earth. He created everything on the earth. You understand? So he has power to make us how he wants to make us. Go ahead. And we got to accept that. We running around little humans. You understand? He's the Most High. We running around thinking we can change what he created. Think we could make, if he made it red, we think we can make it blue. You understand? And that's the mind of this same monster, this ghoul, this oppressor called Esau. Right. You understand? He think he could take the Lord and do better than the Lord, or recreate life, like, outdo what the Most High does. You understand? Because he think he's proud. He didn't become proud. He didn't let his wickedness, deceive him, like the scripture said.
Right.
Go ahead.
Of the same lump, to make one vessel unto honor.
Like that, you take that clay, a potter, he take his clay, he can make one vase, one piece of clay into something that everybody loves, an honorable piece of work. You understand? Read.
And another unto dishonor.
And then he could take the clay and make something else that nobody really cares for. It ain't popular. It's something, an ashtray. You know what I'm saying? Or something, or something when you burn your incense and things, all the ash go in this thing here. You understand? And then this other thing could be like a candy holder or something. Right. You understand? He makes what he wants. Now everybody loves the candy holder, but this just collect the ash. You know what I'm saying? It's dirty. It's nobody cares for it. The potter makes one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor. The Most High God of Israel, Yahweh, you understand? By Hashem Yahweh Shah, he made the Israelites vessels of honor.
Right.
That's what he did. He made the 12 tribe vessels of honor. That's why he was so disappointed and angered with us when we started to follow the vessels he made for dishonor. Right. Because he also made vessels for dishonor, and the honorable actually started to venture over to the dishonorable side and follow them. Right. And take up their traditions and learn their ways. When he warned us not to do that a long time ago, man. So these people are vessels of dishonor. Why in the hell are we fighting to make them honorable? Pretending and tricking ourselves into believing they can be honorable, man. I'll tell you why. That same religion called Christianity, that the vessels of honor set up, of dishonor set up. The vessels of dishonor started your modern day Christian church.
Right.
And made the slaves follow that false God, that white Jesus and white God, and worship them. And now we fresh out of slavery, still running up in the church thinking we're going to find God, when all we finding is another way to be a good slave and worship our slave master. You understand? And then worshiping him makes it hard for you to put any righteous hatred in you for them. It makes it hard for you to see how evil they are, because you believe he's Jesus. It makes you hard to see how diabolical he is. Every time he does something horrific and diabolical, you know that white Jesus comes and covers up all that in your brain. You say, oh my
Right.
God, I can't believe they did that. What's wrong with these people? Oh, but he is Jesus. So they can't all be bad. They must have a heart because they're Jesus. That's where the church done fooled our people, man.
Right.
That's where the church has destroyed our people, man. The Lord make a vessel unto honor, and he make one unto dishonor. Our oppressor is a vessel unto dishonor.
That's
And he
right.
thinks about everything demonic and satanic, like putting semen in the cupcake of his own damn children.
Right.
Read.
God. What? Well, this is book of Romans, the 9 and verse 22. What if God, willing to shew his wrath and to make his power known?
Like the Lord, he want to make his power known. He did it in Egypt. He did it with the Romans, and he going to do it in America. Go ahead.
Endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath.
Now, there's a vessel of wrath out here, man, which is the same as the vessel of dishonor. You understand? And the things that they do and the ghoulish, evil, monstrous, satanic things that they do, the Most High let them run with it. He's long suffering.
Right.
The Most High let them run for a while. Let them build up them charges. Because when the Most High come to indict them, it's going to be horrible.
Right.
You understand? So he let him build up his charges. What they say, I'll give him enough rope to hang himself.
Right.
That's what the Most High doing, man.
Right.
He give these devils rope, and they constantly hang themselves, man. You understand? So he endured with much long suffering those vessels of wrath. Why he called them vessels of wrath? Read on. Why did he call them vessels of wrath? Because in his long suffering and with all their evil, the Most High wrath is kindling and building up, boy.
Right.
Is building up for them. The vessels of wrath, go ahead.
Fitted.
Fitted means they are perfect.
Right.
When you got a fitted suit or fitted jacket or get something fitted, it's perfect for you, to
Right.
your size. Perfect for your body shape and your size. The Lord said these vessels of wrath are fitted, meaning they are perfect, perfectly made. Go ahead.
To destruction.
To destruction, man. To destruction. That's why they was created. The Lord created them to be the whipping stick of his children, and they went overboard, and he knew they would. And in the end, he's gonna come back and destroy them. You read the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, you look up look up East Edom. You understand? You read down, it tells you the nation of Edom, which is the white man, Caucasian, European, Esau, the children of Esau. It says he is the only neighbor or race or nation around the Israelites,
right,
who was never promised any mercy from God.
Right.
He's the only one. Like God never said he's going to destroy the Chinese totally, the Japanese, the Africans,
right,
the Australians. You understand? The Arabs. He never said he would destroy none of them. But this devil here, this oppressor, this Edomite, the Lord promised they will eventually be off of the earth, gone, destroyed.
Right.
We're going to serve some slavery in our kingdom, do what the hell we tell them for a time, and then they'll die off for whatever reason.
Right.
You understand? Go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 13, just to piggyback off of that. Matter of fact, we ain't even got to get that. Go to the next story, B.
Okay.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 13 tells you and reiterates what I said earlier, how, nobody can make straight. The Lord said, consider the work of God. Remember, he's the potter. He's the potter. And Ecclesiastes 7 and 13 says, consider his works. Consider the work of the Most High. For who can make straight that which he have made crooked? You understand? He's the potter. If he make the clay into this, the good thing, then he make this other piece of clay into the bad thing. The clays can't be mad at him, neither one of them.
Right.
The good clay can't say, listen, potter, you wrong for making him that. Why you do that? No, shut your mouth, good clay. I done made you good. Be happy.
Right.
I needed me a bad piece over here. I needed something over here to dishonor.
Right.
You understand? And that's what I did. That's what he did with the so-called white man, our oppressor. You understand? This next story, you can read this. This is, we bring out constantly racism, and we're going to do some more today. The racism of our political figures and all of our authority, the ones with the guns just murdering us. You understand?
Right.
How racist they are. We bring it out all the time. This is a story about the firemen. The ones that come to your house when it's burning up, spraying your water, they hate you too. You understand?
Right.
They can't stand you either. Check out what these devils did.
This is from 6abc.com. Briarcliff Fire Company holds closed-door meeting after racist remarks caught on video.
Right. They caught them on a Zoom video being themselves, being Americans, being good patriots. But being a good American patriot means you can't stand black and brown people. And you always talking against them, man, and plotting against them. That's what
Right.
it means to be a good American patriot. You understand? And they got caught they was recorded. And then the recording leaked. Read.
The firefighters who made the alleged comments didn't know other firefighters were on the line. Okay. Glenolden, Pennsylvania.
That's right outside of Philadelphia. Go ahead.
A closed-door meeting was held in Glenolden, Pennsylvania on Thursday night after a recent video call captured racist dialogue allegedly involving several firefighters.
Go ahead.
Officials are still investigating who made the comments. But the Briarcliff Fire Company Station 75 was temporarily shut.
And that's BS. You know, they know who made the comments.
Oh,
But they got to do their paperwork, take their time, talk to their lawyers, and try to see how can they make this as nice and wonderful as they can.
Right.
You understand? They hated that they got to do it. They hated that they
Right.
even got to come at these guys for being racist. They only talk about black and brown people. We're nobody to them.
Right.
But being politically correct in that in this modern day, and once again, the Lord is bringing this place down. So now sometimes they have to answer for what they do and say to us. You understand? Go
Right.
ahead.
Was temporarily shut down after the audio surfaced. Action News was not allowed inside the meeting at the Briarcliff Fire Company.
They wouldn't let the news in because once again, they're not trying to be transparent.
Right.
They don't want to be transparent. I know people
Right.
think you got to be transparent. Hell, Donald Trump showed you he ain't got to be transparent. Ain't no crime not to be transparent.
Right.
Read on.
But sources say it was to discuss if any action will be taken against those who made the comment.
Go ahead. Jump down a couple of.
Kawaka. The original video.
See, let's play the video. I don't know if they're gonna flag us, but
Kawaka. I gotta put the audio on. So
okay. No.
I gotta. Just gotta.
Oh, right. You gotta share the audio.
Share audio.
No, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to play this video.
Share screen. Share audio. Briarcliff. Share. There we go.
A firestorm of outrage and scandal continues to surround the volunteer fire company in Delaware County tonight after some firefighters were allegedly caught using racial slurs in a Zoom call. Action News reporter George Solis is live in Glenolden with the very latest. George.
Yeah, Rick, and the fire company will remain closed while the investigation into that scathing audio begins. You can imagine this audio opening up a lot of old wounds for people in this community, and tonight the calls for justice are growing.
And there's your
And then
firefighters.
a Darby Township fire.
They damn, they're not even important in the world. Well, I mean, I guess they are, but you know, they say firefighters, man, really ain't got nothing to do. That's why they respond to everything that go wrong. They call in if somebody's sick on the street. They call in for this, call in for that. They got a strong union. Listen.
According to township officials, audio surfaced following a virtual meeting late last month to discuss the
Listen to what they say.
consolidation of the region. The audio surfaced
didn't catch it,
following
we
a
gonna play it
virtual
again.
meeting late last month to discuss the possible consolidation of officials.
Yeah.
According
First-
that have gone public.
Pause it. They said they saying black on white, like they see things going on with black people and white people in the earth, the race wars or the contention with the two races, and they say that's the effing problem, man. Blacks are taking over SHIT. You understand? And that's how these white nationalists, they think blacks and Hispanics are growing in number, which we are, and they feel like they're gonna be the minority one day. So that's why the South is raising up again, because they don't want to be the minority. They'd rather kill themselves or go to war before they be subject to us the way we were subjecting to them. You understand? They said black on white people, that's the problem, man. They taking over. Read. I mean, keep going. That's what.
Using racial slurs on audio recordings that have gone public. According to township officials, the audio surfaced following a virtual meeting late last month.
That ain't all they said. Listen.
Of the region's 3 volunteer fire companies. On that call, members of the Goodwill Fire Company reportedly noticed Briarcliff had not completely disconnected from the call.
So we thought there was going to be some kind of closing argument.
Instead, for more than an hour and a half, racist, insensitive, and disparaging.
They thought they was disconnected and kept talking. They became themselves. Bunch of effing niggas. That's what it said.
To mock the name of 8-year-old Fontability, who was shot by police in the county last fall.
Go back a little. The little girl name was Fonta something, and she was murdered by police, man.
The inflammatory audio last fall. Name of also drawing disparaging comments towards black firefighters from other fire companies were heard. Also drawing audio that appears to mock the name of 8-year-old Fontability, who was shot by police in the county last fall.
Fontability. Her name was Fontability. You know black people in them names, right? She's dead, though. She's dead, murdered by the police, and they making fun of her name.
Because we're all here
Fonta Soda. What about Great? How about Great Welch's? You know what I'm saying? They start making fun of her name.
I'm appalled to have to stand here today and hear about these great comments.
They got no respect for us, man. Our little babies getting murdered by the police. They, that's just something to make fun of to them.
Right.
You understand? They said they called us effing niggas, man. Effing niggas. Said we trying to take over, man. They don't like it. They thought they was disconnected when the video was still going. You understand? This technology is becoming their downfall, man.
Right.
These cameras and this technology thought they would it would be, let them overpower everything and be and rule over everything, when the Lord is using it against them, man. He's using it against them. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Okay.
You understand? And listen, these people, right? Our oppressor, they only able to do the things they do and talk about us and disrespect us because of our sins, man. That's the whole thing. That's the whole kit. That's the whole thing in a nutshell, man. If we would have obeyed our God, they would not have the power to disrespect us like they do. They wouldn't have the power. Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
The Lord told us a long time ago, if we did not listen to him, if we did not obey his laws and statutes, what? Read.
That all these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
The Lord said if we didn't obey him, man, if we didn't do what he told us to do, which is the right thing, he was saving our life by giving us these laws and statutes, man.
Right.
And he warned us that if you go away from these, if you disobey me, if you don't follow them, curses gonna what?
Shall come upon thee. And overtake thee.
They're gonna come upon you and overtake you, man. I mean, you're gonna try to get away from them when they start coming. You're gonna try to avoid them, get away from them, but he said they will overtake you. They will overtake you.
Right.
Go to 37th verse.
Okay. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
An astonishment, man. Everybody looks at us in amazement like these are some weird people. The Lord called us peculiar.
Right.
His peculiar treasure, man.
Right.
The world looks at us and say, man, something about these black and brown people, man. They won't get along. They will not listen to these police, no matter how much these police murder them. They still asking, why you pulled me over? What you need that for? What about my rights? Because we a different kind of people, man. We a different kind of people. And they say, because we disobeyed God, they all look at us and we become an astonishment to them. Go ahead.
Okay. And a proverb.
Go ahead.
And a byword.
A proverb and a byword, meaning cool sayings to say. Fantasia, Fanta. What's a Fanta? Fanta soda, grape soda. A bunch of slick talk to disrespect us, man. Go ahead.
Among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
Come, where the Lord shall lead thee. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 10.
Okay.
You understand? Once again, these oppressors, these Edomites, they are only able to speak about us and disrespect us the way they do because of our disobedience to the Most High. That's it. That's it. That's why. That's the whole thing, man. That's the whole ball of wax. You understand? If we would have been obedient to the Most High, they would not be able to disrespect us. They would not be able to disrespect us. They would fear for their life before they disrespected us. We are the kings of the earth. We are the kings of the earth, the children of the Almighty God, the children of the Potter, the creator of all things. They would be afraid to disrespect us.
Right.
But we messed that up with our God, man. Read Deuteronomy 28 and 10.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Bring something out? It's lucky.
I was looking for the scripture. When you were saying that our ways is not his our ways is not his ways. I got a precept in the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 15. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 15. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion.
His ways of another fashion. So we down here trying to figure out why the Lord does this and why the Lord does that. The Most High said, before you start wondering about that, he said in the scriptures, figure out the things on earth first.
Okay.
Once you master all the things on earth, then you can begin to question my world. You understand?
Right.
That's the Most High.
Right.
He said, let me see you make the wind stop. Let me see you add 1 inch to your height. Let me see you turn one gray hair back to black, or the vice versa.
Right.
You understand? Once we master the things here on the earth, then we can begin to ask him, why does he do certain things? The water for the scripture.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 10. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name
This is when the Lord said in Deuteronomy 28 and 1, if we did obey him, if we did obey his laws and statutes like he ordered us to do, like he commanded us to do, if we did that, we will be blessed in every way. We'd be blessed in our houses. We'd be blessed outside the house.
Right.
We'd be blessed in the city, blessed in the country. Everything we put our hand to will be blessed. And this blessing. All the people what?
Okay. And all the people of the earth.
All the people of the earth. White people, Chinese people, Japanese people, African people, Arab people, all the people of the earth. This is talking about the different races on the earth.
Right.
Like Christians make us read the Bible and it's like a fairy tale. And ain't really talking about races because we all equal. They look at it like we all equal, so it ain't talking about the different. No, we ain't all equal. And there are different races that do different things and got different cultures.
Right.
And the Most High talking about these different races, man, that he created.
Right.
And right here, he's saying all of these different races, everybody, all the people on the earth, go ahead,
shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord.
If we would have just obeyed him and stuck to it, man.
Right.
If we would have kept with the Lord, man, and not became Christian and Muslim and Buddhist and all these other religions out here set up to trap us. If we didn't celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and birthdays, all these holidays and traditions that we celebrate, that the God forbid us to celebrate, man. If we would have just followed the Most High, man, these people, go ahead.
And they shall be afraid of thee.
They would have been afraid of us, man. They would know that we are called by the name of the Lord, and they would have feared us.
Right.
They would have feared. They would have been too afraid to say anything. Even in secret, They've
Right.
been afraid to say something in secret for the
Right.
chance it might get out.
Right.
Or for the chance whoever they telling it to might flip on them.
Right.
And they will lose their life.
Right.
They would lose their life, man. So these bastard firefighters, man, they can't stand us either, man. But we gonna get that respect back. That's what we working on in the ISUPK, to show the Lord that we back on board. We down with the covenant again. This time
Right.
the covenant is through Christ now. And we rolling with our King, man. You understand? And it's gonna come a day where they will fear speaking ill about us again.
Right.
They will fear it. Go to that the F story.
Kawakan.
It says for what?
Kawakan.
Story about police. Again, it never gets old. And as long as they do the evil, we're gonna talk about the evil. We can't never get to a place where the evil is just, we don't want to talk about it no more because it's happening so much. Nope, we're gonna keep talking about it. Because the Most High gonna tell you, Lord willing, I have a chance to go into that today. The Most High gonna tell you, every piece of blood gonna be answered for. You understand? All the hurt and pain that they cause us, every drop of it is gonna be answered for. And this is in Minneapolis again. A lot of things be happening over there in Minneapolis. Go ahead.
Kawakan. This is from AtlantaBlackStar.com. For what? For what? Minneapolis Parks officer draws gun on black woman after spotting her gun permit. Video released following statement.
You hear
Settlement.
that? And this oppressor in this empire, you have to have permission to carry a firearm, right? Now that's the American way. You get your license to carry, and you can carry it for self-defense or whatever.
Right.
And even if you get approved and you have a permit to carry, which this sister had, the cop saw her permit to carry and pulled his gun out on her. And pulled her gun out on her.
Right.
The permit to carry is supposed to tell him that she can legally have a firearm.
That's
And
right.
even if he sees the gun, which he did not in this case, even if he sees the gun, she has permission to carry, just like he got permission to carry his goddamn gun.
Right.
You understand? But these rules and these permits and these permissions that exist in America, they are not respected when it comes to black and brown people.
Right.
You can get murdered for having a permit to carry. For getting permission to carry a gun, you can get murdered. You can get murdered. You understand? You can get murdered for doing lawful things in America, man. It happens all the time to us.
Right.
Because this is not our rest. This is not our home. And these people have a boiling hatred for us that's biblical, that's spiritual. Read.
A black woman who was held at gunpoint by a Minneapolis Parks police officer after discovering she was licensed to carry a firearm is finally speaking about the incident.
Like, he didn't pull a gun out on her because she had a firearm. He never saw one. But because he saw the permit to carry, he drew on this woman, man. Go ahead.
After 3 years, she shared details about the traffic stop that changed her life and eventually led the city to award her with a six-figure settlement.
Go ahead.
Minneapolis ABC affiliate KTSP recently spoke with Janice Hodge about the July 2019 event where Officer Calvin Pham aimed his weapon at her.
Okay.
An altercation that cost the city $100,000.
Go ahead.
Kawakan. While reflecting on the day, she said she believed it was just going to be a regular routine stop.
Read on.
The officer's body cam video showed that from the start of their interaction, there was conflict.
Uh-huh.
Hodge asked the officer why she was being pulled over, and he noticed she had her phone in her hand and her seatbelt was not on.
Mm-hmm.
She replied, "Yup, because I'm using my GPS to drop my food off."
So she driving using a GPS. Go ahead.
The driver further explained that her safety buckle was strapped in.
Mm-hmm.
Her arm was placed. Kawakan. Her safety buckle was sloppy. Just lost my place for a second. The water. Her arm was placed over the portion intended to go across her breast,
Mhm.
and that she had never been cited for this in the past.
So he telling her, listen, I got a GPS. You know, I'm dropping off my food. Go ahead.
Pham did not address her comments, but asked her for her driver's license.
So, like the police do, they don't care what you're saying. Just license and registration, please. Go ahead.
Hodge reached for her purse and set it on her lap between her chest and the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
As she rummaged through her bag to find her wallet, she simultaneously called her husband.
Right.
While pulling her ID out to hand to Pham, he asked her to turn her vehicle off.
Right.
When Hodge responds by asking why, Pham draws his gun and pulls the door open.
So he drew the gun and pulled the door open. Why? Go down further. Go down with it. I didn't even read what she said there. I didn't have my driver's license.
I didn't even have my driver's license out of the sleeve, and I had a gun pointed at
So
me.
she didn't know why he pulling his gun. She going to get her license and everything. He just pulled the gun on her. Go ahead.
She shared, I was confused and scared. I didn't know what was going on.
Go down some more.
Okay.
Read the next line.
Okay. The video shows her with her hands out of the sunroof,
So she got her hand up. Go ahead.
but she would not leave her car. Pham continues to tell her to take her seatbelt off and get out of the car to no avail. So he reaches in and grabs her purse and throws it onto the ground.
Go down some more. Go down.
Okay. What did I do to cause this reaction from him?
So she curious. She being interviewed. I was wondering, what did I do to cause this reaction? Go ahead.
Hodge told KTSP. Pham's incident report on the July 12th altercation.
Right. Now, this the police. His name is Pham. On his incident report, he said what?
Pham's incident report on July 12th altercation could be a clue.
Mm-hmm.
It read,
Go ahead.
I observed a card in her wallet that
This is what the cop said. He said, I observed the car while she opening her wallet to get her license and everything that he asked for. He saw a card in her wallet. Go ahead.
that appeared to be an MN permit to carry.
A Minnesota permit to carry. So he happened to see in her wallet that she had a permit to carry in Minnesota. And they in Minnesota. He's on Minnesota police. Go ahead.
Which made me believe that Janice may have a gun.
It made me believe she had a gun. So he pulls out his gun on the woman, man, instead of asking her. They say you're supposed to let the police know that you have the gun on you, if they pull you over. But she was never found carrying a gun. Could have been a day she didn't have the gun. Because he knew she was allowed to carry a gun, he pulled his weapon on her, man. He pulled his weapon on her. To hell with these people, man. To hell with these people. Go to the next one.
Okay.
Next story. Start with it's saddening.
Okay.
You understand? Like, we catch the short end of the stick, man, with these police, because they should not be policing us. They should not be policing us.
Okay.
We two different people. We don't get along. You understand? We don't get along because they are unjust. They are unjust and biased. Just like the two teams that was fighting in the Jersey Mall recently. You understand? The white team was trying to bully somebody. The black team tried to just talk him out of bullying. He started bullying the black team, pushed the black team. They start fighting like teams do. You know what I mean? They start fighting. The white kid throw the black team on the couch, grab him, get on top of him on the ground. When the police come, they see this white boy on top of the brother and they fighting. They pull the white boy off of him and sit him down while the male cop put his knee on the brother, turn him on his stomach. And then the other white cop, after she sat the white boy down on the couch gently where he's safe, run over and put her knee on the black kid, man. So both of these cops that responded to this, both of them now got their knees on the black kid, got him on his stomach trying to handcuff him. And once they handcuffed him, they stood up and the white team stood up and put his hands up to be handcuffed. Because he know they both was fighting and he was winning the damn fight from the appearance. You understand? He put his hands up to be cuffed and they never cuffed the white boy.
Right.
They never cuffed him. Never arrested him. But the young black boy, I think he was cuffed for about 30 minutes, man. About 30 minutes. You understand? And now it's a whole, oh my God, their bosses are saying, I saw the video and, you know, it was a clear case of racial discrimination and we don't tolerate that. And, you know, we're against that. They say all the good words once they get caught.
Right.
But best believe they talking to the police union, talking to their lawyers, you understand? And they trying to get these police off the best way they could legally.
Right.
A lot of time they come on TV, they start with, I don't know if it's a crime or not, but the video looks bad. They'll start with that first. That's for court. That's for court. I don't know whether it's a crime or not. We're investigating it, but the video doesn't look good. That's political talk. You understand? But they don't really care to arrest one of their own for harming you. You understand? Read that. Read. Where we at?
This is Atlanta Blacks. This is from AtlantaBlackStar.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's saddening. Court overturns conviction of former South Florida cop.
Another cop who was convicted. Go ahead.
Who accidentally shot a black caretaker he believed was being held hostage by an autistic man.
He shot a black caretaker. He shot a black caretaker that they thought was being held hostage by an autistic man. You understand? They shot him by mistake. By mistake. But boy, they sure don't have to pay for their mistakes like we do. We make a mistake and boy, we in jail forever.
Right.
They just released another brother that served 44 years in prison for something he didn't do. So even when we didn't do the crime, we serving 30, 40, 50 years, man.
Right.
Most of our life in prison. They do the crime and just say it was a mistake and they get a smack on the wrist, man. They are not held accountable. This kingdom, America, this hell we in, this is a place that has respect of persons, man.
Right.
Which is a law in the Bible for Israelites not to do. Our government does not have respect of persons because it's evil to have respect of persons.
Right.
That means you can't get a fair deal. You can't get justice unless you're wealthy.
Right.
You can't get justice unless you're famous. And that ain't how the Lord works.
Right.
He don't work like that. But again, in Satan's kingdom, that's exactly how it works. You understand? Read.
In a controversial case involving a police officer who shot a black man who was trying to secure a mentally disabled man from harm in the middle of a city street, a Florida appeals court decided last week to overturn the 2019 conviction of a former North Miami Police Department cop.
Right. Like the court at first tried to hold them accountable, man. All right, we know it was a mistake, but hell, when doctors make mistakes, they can't be a doctor no more.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When lawyers make mistakes, they get, disbarred.
Right.
You understand? Hospitals get sued over their doctor's mistake, lose a
Right.
ton of money. Some people go to jail for their mistakes.
Right.
Black and brown people, young kids, black and brown kids make a mistake that change their life forever, man.
Right.
For a mistake, for a flash, quick decision, they make a mistake. Oh my God, I didn't mean it. Turn themselves in, and they go to jail for a mistake.
Okay.
But these oppressors, man, most of the time they don't go to jail for their mistake. They made a mistake and killed this brother, man. Killed him. You understand? And now they found the right judge, which is what they do. The police union, they're the strongest gang in America, man. I got to tell you, this police union, they find a way. He got convicted. They found a way for him to appeal and get the right judge with the right DA and the right people in line. They KKK brothers, they white nationalist brothers, and they overturn this cat.
Right.
Now, when you're convicted, you can appeal and maybe get off.
Right.
But they got a rule in America, once you get off, you can't take them back to court. You understand? Double jeopardy. You can't take them back to court, even if you find new evidence.
Right.
You understand? This is a kingdom of Satan, man. This is Satan's kingdom.
Right.
Read on a little bit.
The state said it is disappointed and may ask for a rehearing.
Mm-hmm. That's what they want. They want a rehearing. Go ahead.
Former NMPD officer Jonathan Alita was found guilty of misdemeanor culpable negligence for firing a shot that injured Charles Kinsley,
Mm-hmm.
a group home behavior technician, in July 2016 in North Miami, Florida.
Keep going.
Khan.
I want to hear what happened.
Alita claimed he believed one of the Kinsley's autistic clients from the facility was holding him hostage at gunpoint. Even though the object in the man's hands was identified as a silver toy truck,
Here we go.
the conviction led to Alita being sentenced to administrative probation in order to write an essay. On Wednesday, February 16th, the Florida 3rd District Court of Appeal overturned Alita's 2019 conviction, determining it was compromised because the trial judge improperly excluded testimony from the SWAT commander that trained him during his trial, even though the defense believed it could have helped the officer's case.
So now they got him on some technicality because they say they didn't allow this witness to say nothing.
Right.
We believe he would have helped, and he was just another line police officer, a SWAT commander.
Right.
You understand? So they end up overturning even the conviction. So that ain't even on his record no more. You understand? That's not even on his record no more. Go to the next story. Again, another police, another murder, another smack on the wrist. You understand? What's this? This is over a selfie. And this just show you like Edomites are everywhere, are at war with us. This story we about to go on to. Read about the police, the firemen, and everyday citizens of America. Now, what did we leave America? Some people say, I can't stand America. They so racist, I'm leaving America. Well, this is a story about a brother who played basketball, who, traveled, out of the country. You understand? Who traveled out of the country. He went to Greece. You understand? Greek was one of the first real empires of the Edomites. Alexander and all them cats. You understand? And they hated Israelites just like they've always hated Israelites.
Right.
Let's see what happened here.
This is also from Atlanta Black Star. Over a selfie. Parents of Bakari Henderson returned to Greece for a retrial on upgraded charges for 6 European men caught on camera beating the 22-year-old to death.
And I don't know if y'all remember this a few years back, man. These Greeks, they had video, all these Greek devils beating the hell out of this brother and his friends, man. You understand? And killed this brother, Bakari Henderson. Go ahead, beat him to death. Go ahead.
The parents of Bakari Henderson, a Black international traveler who was beaten to death by a mob in Greece in 2019, so 2017, will be heading back to the European country to see 7 of the original 9 men accused of killing their son are retried.
So she going back to get him retried, man. She going back to get him retried. And it's a shame she got to be traveling back and forth to get this justice, man.
Right.
To get this justice. Go ahead.
In 2018, despite the eyes of the world turning in to see justice,
listen to this.
Not one of the alleged perpetrators.
Not one of the alleged perpetrators. Go ahead.
Was convicted of murder.
None of them was convicted for murder. So she going back, still trying to get justice for her son, man. Still trying to get justice. Go ahead. Oh God. Ridiculous.
Jill. Scrolling down. Jill and Phil Henderson are still seeking justice for their son, who would have been 27 years old this year had he not been slain while traveling to Greece for a business trip. The parents will be returning to the so-called birthplace of democracy after Greek prosecutors ordered a retrial and upgraded murder charges for 6 of the suspects who were convicted of assault only in the first trial in 2018.
Go ahead. Assault only. They was convicted of assault. When they just committed, they got a body.
Right.
But that's an assault. Oh, who did he kill? Who did he kill? He killed a black guy. All right. Let's get him for assault. Let's send him home, put him on probation, make him clean the streets for a week. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
One additional suspect had been added to the lot and will also stand trial for his part in Henderson's death.
Right. One of them wasn't even tried the first time. But mama and dad, they trying to get this thing done. They want justice for their son, like we all do. You understand? Go to Genesis 25 and 22. That's all I'm gonna read on that. You understand? Once again, Edomites everywhere are at war with us.
Right.
Everywhere. You understand? Everywhere. And this is an old time battle, man. Old, way back during the book of Genesis, man. This battle started. You understand? These people, they, we will never get along with them. They will never get along with that. If black and brown people will just put that in their heart and live with it, we can come together, man. We can come together and protect and fortify each other. You understand? And stand together. And when we do that, you understand, we can stand together and obey our God again. And obey our God. And if we do that, he will reach down, man, and protect us and help us and destroy our enemy. That's what'll happen, man. That's what'll happen. But the Christian church, they got their witchcraft has the minds of black and brown people that we don't even understand. That if we just give up them cigarettes, give up the weed, getting high, give up the whores and being whores, man. Give up the pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, them things that they in their Christian minds, they can't believe that God would be angry at me because of these small things. They small to them. But if only they understood, man, that if they just gave up all those things and came back home and obeyed the Bible, the laws in the Bible that Christians teach are done away with. If they came back and obeyed those laws, that our God would hear our prayers, man.
Right.
And deliver us from these bastards, these ghoulies.
Right.
You understand? These werewolves, these Frankenstein monsters, man. He would deliver us from them. Read.
This book of Genesis 25, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
And the children struggled together within her.
What's these children, man? These children are inside of a woman named Rebecca. Isaac
Right.
and Rebecca. You know what I'm saying? Isaac is the son of Abraham, who's the first father of the three patriotic fathers, man.
Right.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham had a son named Isaac. His woman was Rebecca. She got pregnant, and there were twins in her belly. She was pregnant with twins. And the scriptures say the children struggled together within her, meaning these two babies inside of Rebecca, the wife of Isaac, they were fighting each other, man. They were in there fighting, and she feeling them in there fighting. These babies, you're gonna read down in a second, is our forefather Jacob and the forefather of our oppressor Esau.
Right.
So we've been fighting this, man, before we came out of the womb. We've been fighting that.
Right.
This is a biblical, ancient, and spiritual war we at with these people, man.
Right.
And the only thing that can save us from them is our obedience to our God.
Right.
You understand? The children struggled together within her. Go ahead.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
And if it be so, why she wondered why I've been blessed with these children. I couldn't have children at first. Then the Lord blessed me with these children, and now they inside of me struggling and fighting. Why is it? Why? Why is this happening? Read.
And she went to inquire of the Lord.
So she asked the Most High. I mean, she went to a priest to explain her situation and asked them, could they, intervene and ask the Lord for her and try to figure out why this is happening to her. Go ahead. She wanted to know. Go ahead.
Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
And the priest told her, the Lord said 2 nations are in your womb. 2 different nations. Your nation is your race.
Right.
So she was told by the Lord that 2 different races are in your stomach. Go ahead.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated.
And 2 manner of people. Your manner is your spirit, your essence, your spirit, your soul, if you will. The Lord said these 2 big nations that's fighting in you, they are 2 manner of people. And these 2 manner of people shall be what?
Separated.
Separated. Go ahead.
From thy bowels.
Once they come out of you, they're going to be separated eventually. I'm going to separate these 2 nations, these 2 races, man.
Right.
They was ordained to be separated from the beginning before they were born.
Right.
2 manner of people, 2 different type of people shall be separated from thy bowels. If you Christians, if your damn pastor wasn't a pimp and a liar,
right,
following our oppressor, he would show you these things in the Bible. Where the Lord said we was going to be separated. Where the Lord said we were two different type of people. Two different manner of people. And you would stop your fight and your effort on trying to unite with them while they beat your back. You still trying to kiss them. I still don't hate you, Master. Shut up, nigga. Whack. Oh, Master, please stop. I still don't hate you. That's you. But this beast, his manner is not our manner. His manner of when you, Master, please look at me. I'm helpless. I'm sorry. I love you. That don't make him. His manner make him beat you harder. The spirit and the demon in him make him beat you harder. It don't make him feel sorry for you. We think he's human. We think he's going to be human and feel sorry if we cry enough. It just makes him beat us harder, man. Two manner of people shall be separated from her bowels. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. You know, the children of Jacob, the children of Israel, you know, we show in all our athleticism that we the stronger people. You understand? We the more athletic. You understand? We got abilities that they marvel at. You understand? But because of our disobedience, it seemed like they're stronger because they're in charge.
Right.
Seems like they're stronger. Read.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder shall serve the younger. And then you read down, it tells you the Edomites came out of the womb first. He is actually the elder. But the Lord prophesied that he would serve the younger, which is us, which is Israel, Jacob. Now that ain't happened yet, but it's coming. It's coming where the elder going to serve the younger. You understand? But right now, we living out a punishment that our God gave us. You understand? And we'll never get along with them. You'll never get along with them. That's why they shouldn't be our police. Once again, they shouldn't be our neighbors. They shouldn't be our bosses. We should have continued to be holy like the Most High said.
Right.
And holy just means different. We're supposed to be different from them, not fighting for equality with them.
Right.
They showing you every time you begging for equality, they show you you're not equal to them. They show you that. You understand? Let me see. I got time for the plagues. Let me get into the plagues a little bit. Read the D story, the part 1. I'm gonna be quick. Come on, like we don't need these people over us, man. I know y'all tired of hell. Y'all ready to get out of this hell, right? We're ready to be out of here. But first, it's something we got to do. First, it's something we got to do. We got to recognize that these people are the devil. That these people are the deceivers. Scriptures say, you know, that the day of the Lord ain't coming until the man of sin be revealed. And he being revealed, the Lord showing his weaknesses, showing his secrets, his evil, all the things he's doing to us every day. You understand? And we still trying to love him with our Christian hearts. We still trying to pour out that Christian white Jesus love on them. No, that's wrong, man. We are not in the season to love these people, man.
Right.
This is the time to separate from these people. You ready?
Okay.
You got it.
This is from www.cbsnews.com. Havana syndrome.
Listen to this now. This is a disease called Havana syndrome. Listen, go ahead.
High-level national security officials stricken with unexplained illness.
High-level national security officials, the government have been being stricken with what?
With unexplained illness on White House grounds.
On White House grounds. Imagine that. The people in the White House and other government officials are all of a sudden getting sick. Getting sick with this weird illness that they don't know how they're getting it or where it's coming from. You understand? All they got to do is ask the ISUPK where it's coming from. God is plaguing these people, man. The God of Israel. Read that. And this, they ain't letting it get out too much. This ain't talking about it. CNN ain't talking about this a whole lot.
Right.
But it's been going on. Government officials are getting sick with this dangerous disease. Go ahead.
Since 2016.
Since 2016. Go ahead.
U.S. government officials overseas and their families have reported sudden, unexplained brain injuries.
Brain injuries, man. Sudden, unexplained brain injuries. Go ahead.
with symptoms of vertigo.
With symptoms of vertigo. Vertigo is when you unbalance, when normally your brain regulates yourself and you balance and everything is even, and you look around, everything is fine, moves with you in 3D. You
Right.
understand? Vertigo is when things start turning on you. Like your mind start twisting, things turn upside down, and you fall. You goddamn fall because you feel like and look like you walking sideways, or the ground is turning sideways,
Right.
and you got no balance and you falling. That's a brain issue. Go ahead.
Confusion
Go ahead.
and memory loss.
And memory loss. That sounds like a horrible syndrome to have. Havana syndrome. Go ahead.
The CIA, FBI, and State Department are investigating a theory that some of these officials were injured by an unseen weapon.
Let's read that again. The CIA, the FBI, and the State Department, it says, are investigating a theory. This is their theory. Go ahead.
That some of these officials were injured
That some of these officials were injured. Go ahead.
by an unseen weapon.
By an unseen weapon. An unseen weapon, man. They trying to imply that some terrorist or enemy somewhere is using something unseen to get them. But America got the greatest military. They track and get everything with all their technology, but except for the Most High. Like they trying to act like Russia may be doing something to them, or whoever, the Arabs or somebody doing something to us. It's an unseen enemy out here, unseen weapon they using. But America got technology just like they got it. And they would be able to pick up something like that if it was Russia.
Right.
Directly attacking the White House, or you know what I'm saying? This is the Most High, man. However the syndrome is getting to them, this is the Most High and his plagues. You understand? This is our God fighting them for us. Read.
Okay. Who might be targeting Americans and why are unknown.
Who might be targeting Americans and why are unknown. God is targeting Americans.
Right.
Why? Because you have his children of Israel in captivity all this time and you're getting worse.
Right.
You're treating us worse. You understand? Go to the next one, the part 2. Blinken. You understand? Same topic. We're reading about this syndrome, this Havana syndrome. You understand? Another story about this. You understand? Like the Most High moved, boy. When he moved, he moved. You understand? And they trying to contain it, but it'll get out there soon. And it's only getting worse. And it's only getting worse. I didn't even realize I skipped the story. Listen, there's one story I didn't go to for time's sake. It tell you the future COVID strains could be more deadly, scientists warn. So they say the plagues is going to get worse. The plagues are going to get worse, man. COVID going to get worse. They say this Omicron was a little lighter, but through their research and how variants usually go, they say, man, this thing, COVID, the new strain of COVID that's going to happen, can be a lot more deadlier and a lot more transmissible, man. We're going to need the protection of the Most High. We're going to need the protection of the Most High from his plagues, man. You understand? It might get so bad where the Lord had to send an angel to tell one of us, listen, I want you all to get together and go here. Y'all going to be safe here. And we might have to get away from these devils and from this empire, man. You understand? Go to a safe place where the Lord order us to go. Those times is coming, man. It's coming. Let me know when you're ready. It should say it should say Havana. It should start with Blinken. Blinken says the U.S. is stuck in your email. The title of it.
I got this, bro. I got this.
Go up, maybe. Chill out.
Come on.
Go up. Oh, I remember how it came to you. It was a smaller one. Go ahead, keep going. Hold on. Go down.
Okay.
See Havana. It should be right after.
Oh, this
right
one.
there.
Oh, this one.
Come on, no sweat. It came up a little different.
Okay. This is from theguardian.com. Blinken says U.S. stumped over Havana syndrome as more delicate diplomats fall ill.
They stumped. They don't know where it's coming from, man. That's when you know it's the Most High. when they don't know why these
Right.
things are happening. Just like them plagues in Egypt, they didn't understand it.
Right.
Pharaoh got his witches. He got his scientists and his witches said, listen, man, go do what you got to do to get these plagues off of us, man, to stop this stuff. These diseases that's coming over here. Stop it. And they went and tried. They went and blah, 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 and worshiped their idols and went into their whole science theories and they could not stop the Most High. You understand? Same thing they doing now. They trying to figure it out, but they stomp. They stomp. They don't know where it's coming from because it's the hand of the Most High. Go read down a little bit of the story.
The United States still does not know what the illness known as Havana syndrome is or who is responsible for it.
They still don't know. Go ahead.
The U.S. Secretary of State, Tony Blinken.
He's the U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken. Go ahead.
Said on Thursday after more American diplomats
Go ahead.
Were reported ill in Paris and Geneva.
So they getting sick all over the place, man. And they made his way to the White House. You understand? Give me Jeremiah 49:17. That's all I'm going to read on that. Then I'm going to hurry up and get to these questions. Jeremiah 49th chapter and the 17th verse, man. The Lord sending plagues to these oppressors, man. He said, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. And he ain't never lied. He wasn't playing with these people, man. You understand? I'm going to read Jeremiah, the 49th chapter and the 17th verse. Then I'm going to go to Isaiah 47.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 17. Also, Edom shall be a desolation.
Y'all remember when I just read those two babies, right? That was in Rebekah's womb. One came out and they called his name Esau. The Bible tells you Esau is the father of the Edomites. Esau means wasted away because when he was born, he looked like a dead baby with no color in his skin. He's called the nation of Edom because Edom means red. When he was born, he came out red and hairy. And Edom means red. He's the father of the Edomites. You understand? And this said what?
Also, Edom
is a short term for Edomites. Go ahead.
Shall be a desolation.
Shall be a desolation. The Lord is going to make them desolate, man. Go ahead.
Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished.
And everybody that see these people in that day, they're gonna be amazed on how this caveman grew up to be so powerful on the earth, and now the Most High done brought him so low.
Right.
Brought him so low, they're gonna be astonished. Go ahead.
And shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
And when they see all the plagues that's on him, and all the plagues that the Lord is bringing, they're gonna hiss. It's like when you see something horrible, you be like, it's like pain. Like, ooh,
right.
Ooh,
right.
Ooh, that gotta hurt. Ooh,
right.
The Lord is coming at them. They shouldn't have did that to them Israelites. They're gonna hiss at them. Isaiah 47:3. They're gonna hiss at him, man, when they see how horrible of things they're gonna have to live through from punishments from our God, punishments from the Most High God of Israel, man. You understand? Isaiah 47th chapter and the 3rd verse.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Their nakedness going to be uncovered. The Lord going to shame these people, man, and show them that after all this power that they got and all this challenging and being disrespectful to the Most High and his children, go ahead.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Thy shame shall be seen. The Most High going to reveal their shame. He going to reveal their shame, man. You understand? He going to reveal that they are the devil on this earth, man.
Right.
You understand? He going to reveal it. Bear with me 1 second. Read it again from the top.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Go ahead. The Lord going to shame them. He going to bring them low. Like the scripture just said, he's going to bring them low. Everybody going to be astonished, seeing all the plagues and all the things they going through. Go ahead.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Thy shame shall be seen. Everybody going to see this man. They're going to see his shame. Like the Lord said, the man of sin going to be revealed.
That's right.
They're going to be revealed, man. That's what's going to happen. Go ahead.
I will take vengeance.
And the Lord said he going to take vengeance, man. We ain't got to fight this man.
We
Right.
ain't got to get guns that he own and he make and try to shoot him and go to war with
Yeah.
him. He's the master of his own weapons, man. We ain't got to do that. We ain't got to be like the Arabs and fly planes in the buildings. We ain't got to strap dynamite to ourselves and run into a crowd of white people. We ain't got to do none of that. We ain't got to go out on a killing spree and shooting up schools and white
Right.
arenas. We ain't got to do none of that. That's what the heathens do. Our God is real, though,
Right.
unlike the heathens. And he said he gonna take vengeance. He gonna pay back everything they did to us. Go ahead.
Right. And I will not meet thee as a man.
COVID-19 is not a man.
Right.
Omicron is not a man.
Right.
The Havana syndrome is not a man.
Right.
All the new variants of COVID that's coming, they are
Right.
not men. The Lord gonna meet this devil, gonna meet this monster, but he ain't meeting him as a man. You understand? He gonna send plagues and punishments to this bastard. You understand? And everybody gonna look around and see that the Most High is tearing their behinds up. Last scripture on this topic, 2nd Ezra and the Apocrypha, 15 and 5. I'm gonna read down a little and then I'm gonna try to knock these questions down.
Okay.
2nd Ezra's 15th chapter and the 5th verse. I'm gonna read down to 11. You understand? Our God is no joke. I don't know who told you different. Our God said he's a great and terrible power, man. He's a great and terrible power. So you want him on your side. You understand? You want to please him and do the things that he likes. You understand? To make him think you worthy. Because the opposite of that, the other side of that coin has been America plus 400 plus years. That's the other side of that coin. All the horrible things we cry and sigh about in America. All the things our mamas crying about, our fathers crying about. The things that cause us pain, that's the other side of that coin. That's the side of disobedience to the Most High. But if we come back and return and obey him, brothers, we can have a wonderful life, man.
Right.
And he gonna avenge us. So I'm gonna read 5 down to 11. Read.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, saith the Lord,
And it's the Most High. He says this. Go ahead.
I will bring plagues upon the world.
I will do what?
Bring plagues upon the world.
The COVID-19, Omicron. You know how many people that COVID-19, I lost track of the numbers, man. But you read certain events in the Bible where the Lord had the earth open up and swallowed up thousands upon thousands, man. The Lord had plagues go kill thousands of people before the Lord stopped the plagues, man. Thousands of people. I think COVID killed millions, right? COVID done killed millions of people, man. The Lord stepping up his judgment, man.
Right.
The Lord stepping up his judgment. COVID done killed a lot of people. Then they had the Omicron, and now they predicting that worse is coming, man. Then they got the Havana syndrome that's been hitting them since 2016. You ain't even heard about it, man. Which messes with their brain. It starts to deteriorate their brain.
Right.
Gives them vertigo, confusion, and memory loss, man. It's a horrible thing to die from, man.
Right.
You understand? The Lord said he's going to be plagues upon this world. Go ahead. This society. Go ahead.
The sword.
The sword. Go ahead, which is death. Go ahead.
Famine.
Famine, which is more death. Go ahead. Poverty. Go ahead.
Death.
Death. Go ahead.
And destruction.
Destruction. All the horrible things, man. The Lord going to bring with these plagues. Read.
For wickedness have as exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
And once again, the Lord said he long suffering. But in that long suffering, he see that, bro, they wickedness then exceedingly polluted the earth. Go ahead. So this place can't be fixed. This earth is polluted. The only thing that's going to purge this place that they have polluted so horribly is fire.
Right.
Fire. Go ahead.
And their hurtful works are fulfilled.
And their hurtful works, brother. We live in it every day. Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 7. Fear not. Therefore, saith the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more.
Go ahead.
As touching their wickedness.
The Lord said he ain't gonna hold his tongue, man. Y'all remember the prayer that King David prayed so long ago in Psalms 83. He said, "O Lord, hold not thy peace. Keep not still, O Lord.
for the heathens, for the multitude of these heathens, I'm paraphrasing, have come down to destroy us, man. He asked the Lord a long time ago to not hold his peace any longer, to avenge us. Don't be still, Lord. Don't let them. I know you long suffering, but don't let them continue this destruction, man. The Lord been very long suffering, man. Now he telling you he's sending plagues, and he ain't gonna hold his tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Go ahead.
Which they profanely commit.
Which they do in disgusting ways, man. Semen on cupcakes.
Right.
And giving it to children. Read.
Neither will I suffer them.
Like Edomites are our enemies, but Israelites, we won't put no semen on no cupcakes and give to them.
Right.
Even though we know they ain't nothing but young little devils. They're going to grow up to be our slaves, but we don't go there because we ain't ghoulies. You understand? We're not monsters. We're not demonic. You understand? The Lord said, which they profanely commit. Go ahead.
Neither will I suffer them in those things.
Neither will I suffer them in those things. There's going to come a time where the Lord's long suffering going to end. Go ahead.
Oh God. In which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Go ahead.
Yo, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me.
The innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto him, man. Little George Stinney, his blood crieth unto the Most High, man. Tamir Rice, you understand? Who the guy with the Skittles? Was that Tamir? That was Tamir Rice? Who's the other one that had the toy gun that he shot in 2 seconds, man? I forget him. Mike Brown. You understand? Sandra Bland, Philando Castile. There's a whole list, man. Not even talking about the Hispanic brothers that they murdered. You understand? Whose blood crying out to the Lord. All the Mexicans, man, that they murdering on them borders, man. All the Haitians that's dying by their hands, is being abused by them. The Most High ain't forgetting none of them, man. He said, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me. You understand? Tamir Rice, I think he had the gun, Tamir Rice. I think the guy with the Skittles was, oh man, who's somebody on the chat? Who's the George Zimmerman, who he murdered, our little brother. Come on, go to the chat. Go to somebody probably say it on there. No, yeah, no sweat. Let's keep reading. I'll look out for it.
Kalawaka. This is the Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin. Gun. The water. Go ahead. All that blood, man, crying out to the Most High. You understand? The brother Ahmaud Arbery. You understand? The little kids that the police is murdering. Didn't say oops. My bad. The brother they just killed in his house, sleep under blankets. They murder him. They run up in Breonna's house, murder her while she in her own bed, man. All that blood crying out to the Lord, man. And the Lord ain't forgetting none of them. Read.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things, in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Damn right. We always begging the Most High and praying to him to deliver us, man, to end this thing. Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 9. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them.
I will surely avenge them. This is coming from the Most High. Go ahead.
And receive unto me all the innocent blood.
You hear that? And I receive unto me all the innocent blood. All of it. The Lord say, you might forget, Israel, but I will never forget. The Lord ain't one drop of blood that these people have shed of us is getting forgotten by the Lord. Not one hair off of our head is getting forgotten by the Most High. Not one scream or one tear or one piece of pain that they've caused us is being forgotten by the Most High. Read that line again.
Oh God. I will surely avenge them.
I will surely avenge them. Go ahead.
And receive unto me all the innocent blood.
And receive unto me all of the innocent blood. Go ahead.
From among
them. Read.
Oh God. In the next verse.
10th verse,
10.
come.
Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
Because of this damn Christian church, man, and following our oppressor. We led to the slaughter. Go ahead.
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
In the land of Egypt. In the land of Egypt, he ain't going to allow us to stay here for too much longer. Go ahead. Why? How is it talking about America? Read. 11th verse.
Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm.
But the Lord going to deliver us out of Egypt. How? Why? How do I know he's talking about America and not ancient Egypt? Read.
And smite Egypt with plagues as before.
As before. The Lord said, I'm going to take them out of Egypt. I'm going to deliver them with a mighty hand and smite Egypt with plagues like COVID as before. This is the second Egypt, man. He smited Egypt with plagues before. He telling you he doing it again, man. He going to do it again and deliver us. Read.
And will destroy all the land thereof.
And destroy this land, man. And destroy this polluted land with fire. It's coming. It's coming, you understand. So the Lord sending plagues. Now let me hop to these questions if you don't mind. Let me get to this first one.
Okay.
See how much I can get in the time remaining.
Okay. This is the
starts with if I may.
Okay. Scrolling up to the question.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 1. If I may, can I get a breakdown on Luke 9 and 50?
9 and 50. Let's get that.
Okay.
Let's get that. I'm gonna start at 49 just to make it clear.
Okay.
And this question comes up sometimes, you understand, because of these Christian Israelites confusing the flock once again. You got these Christian Israelites confusing Israelites, you understand, who they're new to the truth. A lot of young brothers and sisters, don't beat yourself up, man. When these Christian Israelites say something that confuses you, you brand new. You in here to learn. Just do what you do. Ask a question about it. You know, understand? When I first came in the truth, a Christian stumped me one time, a Haitian sister. I was really trying to crack on her, but I knew she was Christian. So, you know, she started talking about the Bible and I started rolling with her. You know what I'm saying? I learned the Bible and I'm telling her about the Bible and she pulled the scripture. She had a Bible in her. She pulled the scripture where Jesus Christ, Yahushua, taught all nations. And I was so young, brand new, that I didn't know how to answer. I said, huh? I said, no, that don't mean that. That's what I knew. One thing I knew is that it didn't mean what she said.
Right.
It didn't mean that he loved all people. I just had to learn it so I can defend it next time. So I told her I had a slavery at a school she went to. So I said, I'll see you. Next time I see you, we're gonna go over it. So I was on my way to class anyway. Got to class, you know my hand was up. Sir, Matthew say he taught all nations. Well, what does that mean? I thought he only came for the Israelites. Matthew 15, you know, they went into it. It made me understand what he meant by teach all nations, you understand? So this is the same type of question, you understand? Luke 9:49.
This is the book of Luke 9, verse 49.
His question was in 50 though, but read 49.
And John answered and said, Master, we saw one casting out devils in thy name.
So the disciples, John, he came back, they told Christ, John said, look, we saw some people casting out devils in your name, which means they were just teaching. They were out on the streets teaching, but John knew that they wasn't in their school. It was they wasn't following Christ. They wasn't under Christ. They wasn't rolling with the disciples, which is a whole nother school. You understand? And John saw them trying to teach. That's what casting out devils mean, teach. Read.
And we forbade him.
Uh-huh.
Because he
and using the name of Yahushua when they teach. You know, the anointed one, you know, he's back on the earth again, and this and this and this and this. Yet not in the school with the anointed one. Not with the disciples. You understand? And John said, we forbade him. We told him to stop. Read.
Because he followeth not with us.
He ain't in our school. That's clear that he wasn't down with Christ, because John just said he followeth not with us. He not in our school. He ain't under you. Go ahead.
Verse 50.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus said unto him,
and this is what Yahushua said. Go ahead.
Forbid him not.
Don't stop them. He said, don't stop them. Go ahead.
For he that is not against us is for us.
For he that is not against us is for us. Now, Christian Israelites full of pride, and they don't have humility, and they don't want to come into the ISUPK, who is the home of the truth, who is their daddies. They don't want to come in because they had to call men sir. They don't want to come in and start off as a trooper again and get their officership. They got too much pride for that. So they do their own thing. And when they read this, their little Christian Israelite brains make them think Christ is saying they don't have to be in our school to be in the truth. They think it means they don't have to be down with us to be in the truth. But before I explain what it does mean, let me get another scripture. I'll come back to that. Matthew 12 and 30.
Okay.
Matthew's 12th chapter and the 30th verse.
Okay, this is the book of Matthew.
Because once again, you got to remember, John said, Master, that he said they followeth not with us. So they wasn't in their school. They wasn't rolling with them. But yet they were teaching using Christ's name. Just like all the Christian Israelites, they out here, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. Well, we say this in the name of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. You understand? They out here using the name of Yahweh Shah, the Most High Yahweh. And, you know, they using the name of the Lord and saying Shalom. And, you know what I'm saying? They trying to speak a little Hebrew. They trying. You understand? But does that mean they got the truth because they don't eat pork and shrimp? Because they know a little Hebrew? Because they know they're Israelites? No, because John, why did he say all this to Christ? Because Christ's been teaching him. Right. John is in the school of Christ. He's a disciple. He's been learning from Christ. So when he saw these guys, he know for sure what they teaching is not what we teach.
Right.
Because he said they follow not with us. But he trying to teach in your name, cast devils in your name. What did Christ mean when he said, for he that is not against us is for us? First, read Matthew 12 and 13. 30.
This is the book of Matthew, to the 12 and verse 30. He that is not with me is against me.
That's what Jesus Christ said. He that is not with me, remember what John said, he followeth not with us. Christ said, he that is not with me, go ahead,
is against me.
Is against me. Go ahead.
And he that gathereth not with us.
And he that gathereth not with us. Ain't not with us.
And he that gathereth not with me.
He that gathereth not with me, go ahead.
Scattereth abroad.
You scatter the sheep. And that's not the mission of Christ, to scatter the sheep. He trying to bring us together. So if you're not with Christ, you're against him. If you don't gather with him, then you scatter the sheep, man. Now, does the Bible contradict? The Bible does not contradict. So if these two things that in a person's mind might seem like they're the opposite, you know it's not the Bible that's contradicting. It's just your understanding that contradicts. Now, let's go to 1 Corinthians 11:19. I'm going to explain it all the way with Corinthians. I'm going to explain both scriptures. 1 Corinthians 11th chapter and the 19th verse. Okay. Yahushua told them, don't stop them from casting out devils in his name. Don't stop them from teaching and using my name. Don't stop them. You understand? Let them do what they're doing. You understand? And because he that is not against me is for us. He that is not against us is for us. What did he mean? Go ahead.
Here, this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
For there must be also heresies among you.
There must be heresies among you. What is a heresy? Somebody teaching contrary to the doctrine of the truth. Somebody teaching contrary to the doctrine that we teach. And we've been rolling this thing, and ISUPK been around since 1969, man. And now you had a lot of broke off and start teaching different things and other doctrines. That's on them. You understand? Commander Johnny Hunter held it down, and we still rolling with him, man. The original school, you understand? We still rolling with him. But heresy's got to come. There got to be Israelites teaching other doctrines, man. Oh, I ain't even going to go into all the different doctrines these Christian Israelites teach, man. It's crazy. And it sounds just like what the Catholic Church teaches, hell. Right. You understand? So that's why he said forbid them not, because these things got to happen. There got to be heresies. Right. Read.
That they which are approved may be made manifest among you.
And why do heresies got to happen? So that them which are approved, the ones that the Lord is with, the ones with the Spirit of Christ in them, the ISUPK, the ones that are approved may be manifest among you. Why did Christ stop them? Because heresy's got to come. Why did he say, he that gathereth with me is not, why did he say, for he that is not against us is for us? Because by them teaching their Christian doctrines, by them out on the street trying to teach in his name, it's going to become evident that they're heresy and they don't teach the original doctrine.
Right.
And them which are approved are going to be made manifest. That's what he means when he say for us. Meaning, if they not trying to stop us from teaching the truth, if they not stopping this doctrine, as long as they not doing that, leave them alone. Let them be a heresy. Let them teach what they teach, even if they're using my name. Because as long as they not stopping us, they helping us.
Right.
They helping us because the world going to start seeing that these guys, they're not the ones. They're going to start seeing where the real spirit of Christ is. The Lord killed Tazadakia, man, who had a nerve to send his guys in they red and white and they gold and white to march on other Christian Israelites. You had Christian Israelites trying to stop other Christian Israelites. Made the vital mistake of trying to march on us when we was in D.C. and when we was in Baltimore, and got their asses handed to them both times.
Right.
Had to walk away with their tail between their legs. Got a call on the phone, leave them alone, leave. And they had to get in their cars and leave because we was blazing on them like we was going to be scared. You understand? The Lord is with us. The hell we going to be scared of you and your Christians for? You understand? IUIC was talking smack about the ISUPK once upon a time. Then their own members calling us talking about how they doing all the stuff that they claiming everybody else do, claiming y'all false witnesses, y'all saying this, y'all saying that. Then the truth came out that they do have transvestites in their organization.
Right.
That they do have heathens in their organization. You understand? That they do teach their people to join the oppressor's military.
Right.
You understand? And they do things contrary to the Bible. Said Trayvon Martin, that was his fault that George Zimmerman killed him because he should have listened to that white man. You understand? They don't hold our oppressor guilty. You understand? And all the other nasty things they do, passing around penis pics all throughout their congregation, trying to show, I forget what they were showing, supposedly showing the rest of their congregation something about some man with his rod out. You understand? This is what goes on in these Christian Israelite churches. So, and all this stuff eventually comes out. I remember GMS years ago came against a couple of our captains, man, and had their behinds handed to them. And then the Lord shut them down not too long after that. Now you hardly hear about it. Once upon a time, all these groups was big, trying to get big names. You understand? Until they came against the ISUPK. Until they thought we was going to die, but they saw we lived and we were stronger than ever. Then they tried to attack us. And then the Lord showed them who the Lord was with. You understand? And they all shut down. So we don't stop them from doing what they do. The Most High stops them.
That's right.
We allow them to be heresies and to teach contrary to what we teach, because sooner or later it's going to be revealed who the Lord is with. You understand? It's going to be revealed. Go to manifest. Go to Romans 16 and 17. Okay. Romans 16 and 17. Okay. Then I'm gonna go to Galatians first chapter after that. Then I'll get into the next question.
Okay. This is the book of Romans. This is the book of Romans, chapter 16 and verse 17.
Okay, I'm gonna go to 17 and 18.
Okay. Now, I beseech you, brethren.
Okay, this is the Israelites, like always. I beseech you, brethren, read.
Mark them which cause divisions.
Mark them which cause divisions. Christ said, if you gather not with me, you scatter abroad. You scatter the sheep. You causing divisions, man. Now the Lord is saying, mark them. Mark them which cause divisions. Go ahead.
And offenses.
And offenses. Go ahead.
Contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned.
If anybody teaching things other than what the ISUPK told them, because all them Christian Israelite groups out here, who we are not affiliated with any of them, but all of them learn from themselves or learned from somebody who learned from the ISUPK and just decided to be a rebel and break off and start their own thing for whatever punk, girly, sissy reason. You understand? Broke off, couldn't take it. You understand? Didn't want to be in order. You understand? Wanted more power than they was getting because the Lord ain't giving them the goddamn power. So they left and started their own thing where they could feel like they got power. You understand? Where they could feel like they had power. The Lord said, mark them, meaning take note of them. Say, these guys are contrary to the doctrine of the ISUPK. You understand? These guys cause division. Go ahead.
Right. Contrary to the doctrine.
And that's what those brothers that was teaching in the Lord's name that John saw, that's what they were doing. They were causing division. You understand? And John was marking them. But he just didn't know that that had to happen. That had to go down. Go ahead.
Contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned.
Uh-huh.
And avoid them.
Avoid them. Go ahead.
Verse 18. For they that are such serve not our Lord Jesus Christ.
Here we go. The Lord said, if they gather not with me, they scatter abroad. Now Paul is saying through the Spirit of the Most High, they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua. If you're not in the ISUPK, you don't serve Yahushua. You don't. Right. According to the Bible, you don't. Read.
But their own brothers.
You serve yourself.
Right.
You give yourself rank. You give yourself authority and give yourself power. The Lord ain't put you up there. You put yourself up there. Go ahead.
And by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple.
And all your followers are just simpletons. They just simpletons that believe your goofy words. Through your good words. They goofy words when we hear them, but they look at you like, oh, that was heavy, Bishop. Bishop, that was heavy. You understand? Good words and fair speeches, you deceive the hearts of the goddamn simple. Right. Galatians 1:6, please.
Okay.
Deceive the hearts of the simple, man. You understand? We pray that those brothers wake up and come out of that mess, man. It's the blind leading the blind, just like in the Christian church. That's why we call them Christian Israelites, because they know they're Israelites, but they still have the hearts and spirits of a Christian.
Right.
You understand? Teaching false doctrines and doctrines outside of what the home of the truth taught. Read.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 1 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
I marvel.
Go ahead.
That ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ.
Right, because a lot of them Christian Israelites, once upon a time, they were part of the ISUPK, but they were removed. They were removed from what?
Okay. Removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ.
Right. Many are called, few are chosen.
Right.
You understand? They were called, but then, whatever. They wasn't rooted. Go ahead.
Unto another gospel.
Unto a whole nother gospel, man. Unto a whole nother gospel. Teaching crazy things, man. We ain't never taught that you gotta sin to be in the grace of Christ. We ain't never taught that.
Right.
We ain't never taught that as long as the heathen believe that we Israelites and know that they heathen, that they could come sit in our classes, man. We never taught that. They're teaching a lot of things contrary, to what the truth is, man.
Right.
And they were removed from Christ unto another gospel. Read.
Okay. Verse 7. Which is not another.
Now, they were removed to another gospel, but it really ain't another gospel because Christians been teaching those things. Those doctrines and things that these Christian Israelites teaching, the Christian church, the Baptist church, the Catholic church, they've been teaching it for a long time. So even though it's another gospel outside of the truth, it really ain't another.
Right.
It's the same old Christian doctrine that Christians always been teaching. About a hell. You die and go to some hell. Some of these Christian Israelites teach a hell that you go to when you die.
Right.
And where they stab you with forks and there's different levels, like Dante's Inferno, which
right.
is a Roman Catholic lie.
That's right.
You understand? Read.
But there be some that trouble you.
Uh-huh.
And would pervert the gospel of Christ.
Yeah, they pervert the gospel of Christ. Read.
Verse 8. But though we,
go ahead.
Or an angel,
even if an angel from heaven come, go ahead.
Preach any other gospel.
If an angel from heaven come down and teach you something other than what the ISUPK teaching you, go ahead.
Kawakan, Salaki.
Mhm.
Unto you then that which we have preached unto you,
Right.
let him be accursed.
That's in the Bible, man. Let him be a curse. Let him be a curse. If anybody teaching you something other than what we teach in here, let him be accursed according to God. Go to the second question just for time's sake. So that's the answer, brother. So that's not talking about, all these Israelite groups can still be in the truth and serve the Lord. No, they still scattering. They still scattering. And when the Lord said, if they're not against us, they for us, that just means against us means stop us. They're not trying to stop the true doctrine. They're not trying to shut us down. They're not trying to march on us. They're not trying to stop the ISUPK. Then they for us, meaning it's going to be evident that we are the home of the truth anyway, from them teaching the goofiness that they teach. Go ahead.
This is the second question from Trooper Ash Bagarian.
Uh-huh.
Salaki, sir, should we teach heathens our Bible? Salaki, sir.
No sweat. No sweat. Deuteronomy 4:1. I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 4:1. Then I'm going to jump down to different verses in Deuteronomy. Start there.
Okay.
You understand? After that, I'll go to Proverbs.
Okay.
Deuteronomy 4:1 and 2. Good question, brother. You know what I'm saying? But let's see. I'm going to let the Bible answer. And I'll break it down. Should we teach heathens? You understand? Because that's what Christian Israelites do. They bring them in their class, sit them down, and teach them. You understand? No, they're not supposed to be in your class, but we're gonna make it clear.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Now therefore hearken, O Israel.
Oh, who?
Israel.
Oh, Israel. Go ahead.
Unto the statutes and unto the judgments
Uh-huh.
which I teach you.
So you see this? Moses taught us these statutes and judgments from the Most High. This is the Most High teaching. He taught us. The Most High taught us, first of all. He taught Israelites, not everybody. Read.
For to do them.
And why did he teach us? Because he wanted us to do them. He wanted us to obey them and follow them and live according to the judgments and statutes and laws he taught us. Go ahead.
That you may live.
That we may live. That we may live. That we may be blessed by him. That he may deliver us from evil, man. Protect us from our enemies. Bless us with all the good things that the earth has to give us. Read.
And go in and possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers giveth you.
Right. And possess the land, the holy land that the Lord gave our fathers. Read.
Verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you.
Go ahead.
Neither shall ye diminish aught from it.
So we ain't supposed to add to it. Don't create nothing new.
Right.
Bringing heathens in your class.
Right.
You got to eat pork and shrimp so that you can, so that the grace can be for you. If you don't sin, then the grace ain't for you. Listen, all of us have sinned in this earth, man. And we come into the truth, into the grace of Christ, and learn what the grace is. His grace is so that our past sins be forgiven us, man. So that the things we did ignorantly be forgiven us. Read.
That ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God.
That we may keep the commandments of the Lord our God. So he's our God. And God wants Israelites to keep the commandments. Go ahead.
Which I command you.
What verse?
Verse 3.
No, so go jump down to 5.
Okay.
So we just read where the Lord taught us these statutes so we can live. So we can obey them and do them and live. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Behold, I've taught you statutes and judgments.
So once again, he reiterated, he has taught us, the Israelites, statutes and judgments. Read.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me.
Uh-huh.
That ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess
and
it.
that we should obey his statutes and judgments in our holy land that the Lord is sending us. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
Keep these commandments and do them. Go ahead.
For this is your wisdom.
This is because why? These laws is our wisdom. Go ahead.
And your understanding.
And our understanding. Go ahead.
In the sight of the nation.
In the sight of the nation. So the Lord gave us these righteous laws and statutes and commandments so that we can be better than the nations and the heathens. So that the heathens, which is what nations mean, the heathens, non-Israelites, so that we can be wise and understanding before the heathen, man. Not to teach them so that they can be wise like us.
Right.
Not to teach them so that they could be the same as us. The Lord only taught us to make us better than the heathens.
Right.
Go ahead.
which shall hear of all these statutes.
Now they're gonna hear about it for sure. Oh, those Israelites don't eat pork. They don't eat shrimp. They don't eat crab. They're gonna ask, well, why? Why don't they eat that? Because their God said not to eat that. They don't celebrate this. They dress like this. They don't wear this. They don't mingle different garments and sell it to get rich. They don't do a lot of things that we do. You understand? They're gonna hear about it and they're gonna say, what?
And say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
They're gonna respect us for it, man. Our oppressors don't respect us in 2022 because most of us are weak and we disobey God. But we were supposed to stay obedient to our God, man,
right?
And make these heathens say, "This is a great nation, and this is a wise and understanding people." Read.
Okay, verse 7. For what nation is there so great?
So what nation is there so great? That's what they're supposed to be saying.
Right.
If we would have been an obedient people under God, but now what do they say? These niggas are taking over, man. They taking over. That's what the fire department say.
Right.
You understand? The police murder our children and say, oops, I was trained to do this. You understand? They got no respect for us. But if we would have obeyed the Most High, they would have had their respect. Read.
Who have God so nigh unto them.
Who have God so close unto them, so nigh unto them. That's what the heathen would be saying. But they ain't to be taught, like they're one of us, because God ain't close to them. And they'll never have God close to them. You understand? Go ahead.
As the Lord our God is in all things that we should call upon him for.
Right. And the Lord gave these instructions to us in his laws and in his word, so that when we call on him, he'll see that we are obedient to him, man. You understand? And he'll respond the way we want to, if with anything that we call him for. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 8. And what nation is there so great?
Again, they're going to recognize how great we are. That's what they're supposed to be doing now.
Right.
Go ahead.
That have statutes and judgments so righteous.
So righteous. They so different from us. They so different from us, those Israelites.
Right.
Their statutes and their judgments is righteous, man. When we ignorant. They got a law where they got to be clean. They got a law where they got to put water on themselves and wash themselves. Those Israelites got a law to wash things that's unclean in their house and different things. While we walk around smelling like, dead horses. They didn't even know how to wash till they learned our customs. Read.
As all this law, which I set before you this day.
Uh-huh.
Verse 9. Only take heed to thyself.
Right.
And keep thy soul diligently.
Stay diligent, man. Go ahead.
Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen.
Lest you forget all the things that you've seen. Go ahead.
And lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life.
Unless you forget about the Lord's laws and statutes, man, and all his righteousness. Let's not waste our time teaching the heathen. We'll mess around and forget.
Right.
And these heathens mess around and try to teach you something, man, and you
Right.
get caught the hell up. Read.
But teach them thy sons.
Read it again.
But teach them thy sons.
Teach it to your sons. That's what the Lord said. Teach his laws and statutes to your sons, man. Goddamn. What are you trying to teach Esau for? What are you trying to teach the Arabs for? How great we are? Teach your sons, man, how great they are. Read.
And thy sons' sons.
And thy sons' sons. Proverbs 6:20.
Okay.
And thy sons' sons, man. So teach your family. Teach other Israelites. That's who we teach, man. Our laws are to always be on our mind. Is always to make us better than the heathens, man.
Right.
So we shouldn't be looking to teach the heathens what? To make them equal to us? To make everything fair? Huh? They got a different spirit from us, man.
Right.
The Lord wants us to obey his laws and walk in his laws so that we can be close to him, man. He don't need Esau to be close to him. Remember,
Right.
they're the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, man. That's what they are. They ain't got to be close to the Most High. Read.
This book of Proverbs 6 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
My son, keep thy father's commandment and forsake not the law of thy mother.
Right. The sons of Israelites are supposed to keep the fathers of Israelites' commandments and forsake what?
Not the law of thy mother.
Who is also an Israelite. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Bind them continually upon thine
Put
heart
them inside of you. Inside of you. Go ahead.
and tie them about thy neck.
Like, let it be a burden on you. Let it be on you like clothes, man.
Right.
Like clothes. Let it be on you all the time. Live the Lord's commandments. Everything you do in life every day should be governed by the law of the Lord. Even when you interact with the heathen.
Right.
You interact with the white man, the Chinese, the Arab, you ain't breaking down scripture to them, but everything you know about that scripture is coming out of you.
Right.
The scriptures tell you how to deal with them, how to interact into them, how to recognize when they being subtle with you, man.
Right.
You understand? So everything you do, even dealing with them, it should come from what you've learned in this Bible.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 22. When thou goest, it shall lead thee.
God, when you go, it'll lead you. Go ahead.
When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee.
When you sleep, you should be thinking about the law. Go ahead.
And when thou wakest, it shall talk with thee.
And when you wake up, all the righteous culture you live, our race that we got from the Lord should be on your mind. You understand? Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
For the commandment is a lamp.
It's a lamp. Why do you want to give it to the man that's killing us? Why do you want to give that lamp to the heathens?
Right.
It's a lamp for Israelites. Go ahead.
And the law is light.
And the law is light. Read.
And reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
Last one, Exodus 19:5. So that's what the scriptures are to us, man. Our laws and our commandments and our judgments, man, they are light. They are lamp to us, man. And they to reproof us and give us instruction. So that we can live before the Lord, man, and be blessed. The heathens don't need none of that. None of that got nothing to do with them. None of that got nothing to do with them, man. Our laws and statutes are what makes us holy.
Right.
And holy means different.
Right.
That's what this Bible does to us. It makes us different from them. Teaching them is be like trying to make them the same as us.
Right.
How are we going to be holy or different if we trying to make them be like us? You understand? Exodus 19:5-6.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed.
And if we obeyed the Most High and took in everything that He taught us, go ahead.
And keep my covenant.
Uh-huh.
Then ye shall be a peculiar treasure.
We will be peculiar, man. We are different. We are different from everybody else. That's what the Lord. That's why the Lord, and that's on purpose. The Lord wanted us to be different, which means holy. Read.
Unto me above all people.
Above what?
All people.
The Lord said, we are peculiar treasure unto Him above all people, man. Let's stop trying to make these heathens equal to us, because they're not. Read.
For all the earth is mine.
All the earth is His, and He know what He wants out of the earth. He know what He wants to be the best, and He know what shouldn't be the best. Go ahead.
This is book of Exodus chapter 19 and verse 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests.
A kingdom of priests, man. The earth is His, and He created us, and He created the earth. And on this earth, He wants us to be a kingdom of priests. 12 tribes, black and brown people, Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, Native American Indians.
All right.
He wants us to be a kingdom of priests. Read.
And an holy nation.
A what?
And holy nation.
Interpretation, a different race. A holy nation means a different race. Holy means different or separate. Your nation is your race. It's your forefathers. Your family tree. So a holy nation is a different race. We are a different race of people from everybody else on this earth, Israel.
Right.
And the Lord wanted us to do that. He said we are to be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation under Him, a different race of people from all the other races. Read.
These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
And He wanted the Israelites to know this, nobody else. He wanted the Israelites to know this. You understand? Officer Pagai Bawa, I'm going to get to your next question next week. We out of time. It's a good question, too. I'm going to get to it next week, all right? So with that, unless you got something to bring out.
Lost me.
With that, I'm gonna say shalom, brothers and sisters, to Wada, for tuning into another episode. I'm gonna see y'all next week, man. Let's get it on. I hope y'all get